the 16th of September 1941. Having successfully resupplied in La Rochelle's new U-boat pens, the crew of U-552 took some time out to enjoy the local hospitality, spending the evening down the local port tavern drinking and making merry with the locals. But not so for the officers. The officers were called into the BDU headquarters and given the patrol, which will be heading out the following morning. U-552 is to head out and patrol in the Black Pit, sector BD6 to BD9, to exploit the weakness where the Allied aircraft cover is at its weakest. We've been ordered to travel to sector BD6 to BD9 and travel at least 2,000 on patrol within this sector. The anticipated number of vessels in the area is only expected to be small. However, in respect to this, we are only expected to sink a minimum of 4,000 tons. Intelligence advised strong winds are forecast in the target area, which will make periscope attacks more challenging with the increased activity of the waves. We are also expected to be, of course, ready to receive any further orders issued by the BDU. Welcome back everyone. Right, we're out on patrol. We're in our sector doing our lines of patrol. It's the 25th of September, just coming 26 minutes past 3 in the morning. We've received a message, an important message. We've sustained heavy damage from depth charges and have many injuries on board. We are lacking medical supplies. We need help. Meeting point 4379 north, 2769 west. We will stay there by 28th of September at 3:30. So 3 days time it looks like they're going to take. So that is in our sector. So we are going to respond to this message and see if we can offer some medical assistance to this U-boat. We'll have to be cautious. If they've been depth charged, there may well be some destroyers or corvettes in the area. So we'll approach it cautiously. But let's go and see if we can help some comrades out. Okay, we're near in the area now. We're just popping on the periscope. We haven't heard anything on the hydrophone, so I suspect everything's okay. But we're just going to have confirmation with the Mark 1 eyeball, just to make sure nothing has been missed. Yeah, it's looking clear. Right, the U-boat should be somewhere in front of us. Give it a little bit more height. Ah! There she is. Okay, she's on the surface. She's obviously damaged, trying to conduct emergency repairs. Obviously they're using the cover of darkness to hopefully mask them from any enemy vessels, or aircraft probably shouldn't get out this far. But let's surface the boat and go and offer some assistance.
Wechseln auf Dieselmotor.
Okay, there she is. Well, under cover of darkness. We've still got the anti-aircraft gun man, just in case, just on the off chance there is going to be an aircraft coming into the area. Let's send some crew over with some medical supplies, see if we can offer them some assistance. Right, Felix Schwartz was welcomed by the skipper of the vessel. After a short exchange of courtesy, the skipper got straight to the point, asking about the resources he'd asked on the radio message. We shall give you the supplies. There we go. The skipper thanked us for help and promised to mention us in his report to HQ. Reputation boost of 65%. Delighted to help, my friend. Delighted. There you go. The crew's coming back on board after their little escapade over to the other submarine. Good. With U-552. Yeah, she's back and underway. Look, they got crew manning the Winter Garden. Well, it's having a smoke actually. And she is actually moving. Good. So they're heading back to port. Now that they've got what they needed. Brilliant. Right. Let's continue on with our patrol then. And see if we can find some enemy vessels. After a few days of no joy patrolling around our sector, we've decided to head east to the southern tip of Ireland to try and get the convoys and the enemy ships as they make their way to the ports of Liverpool. On the 5th of October, at 20 to 5 in the afternoon, we received a message from another U-boat skipper. A single merchant ship propeller heard in the naval square BF-154. Estimated slow speed and northeastern course. We are currently carrying out other orders. Good luck. We will take this on and we'll go hunting for this merchant ship. We haven't heard or seen tale of any other ships in this area, so this is the best lead we've had in a while. So let's go and see if we can hunt this one down. Okay, we've had a cry. Smoke on the horizon apparently. Ah yes, there it is. That it must be the single merchant ship that we've been told about on the radio. Can't. Could be a US flag. Can't quite make it out from here. So we're gonna. So she's almost 90 degrees to us. So we're gonna try and continue on this course, speed up a little bit, and then we'll turn 90 degrees and set an intercept course for her and set up an ambush.
Wechseln auf E-Motor.
Auf Seerohrtiefe.
Okay, periscope up. Where is she? There she is. Lock on. Right, what do we got? We've got a Empire Explorer. Nice. Velocity we don't know, but she's going fairly quick. Is it MS Sorland? Right. Now we did potentially see what could have been an aircraft. Obviously we're nearing Ireland now, so enemy aircraft are in the vicinity. Stand by. We'll find out the speed. There we go. 7 knots. Right. So it's not an American flag. It's a Norwegian flag. So. Well, we did see it from a long distance, so I'm not going to beat myself up too much about it, but there we go. Let's get the range. There you go. 2.3 kilometers, and we'll sort the course out. Okay, it's 56 to port. Right, what have we got in the torpedo tubes? We've got T2, T1, T1, and the T2. Right.
Rohr 1, bewässern!
It's actually quite calm. Obviously the high winds were predicted for out to sea. The draft is 8.9. So why don't we go magnetic and set that down to 8.9. Put that 9.5. That should be fine. Wait for it to come into a better angle, and then we'll fire the torpedo and potentially get one of the T1s, get it as an impact one, and have it on standby just in case this one doesn't detonate. Okay, tube 1, fire.
Los!
Right, well, we got T1.
Rohr 2,
We'll get that
bewässern!
speed up, and we'll get that on the almost on the surface for a impact, high speed impact. But let's see how this magnetic one gets on to begin with. Okay, 30 seconds. I think it's got a little bit closer now, so it might be slightly before. There we go. Didn't seem like much. Serious damage. Yeah, it would have blown a huge hole under the water. Although it doesn't seem terribly damaged. It could be a no signs of abandoning ship, no fires, obviously, because the explosion was underneath. All the water's now rushing in. You can see it's actually lower at the stern than it was. The bow is rising slightly. But I said, yeah, we did see what we thought was an aircraft in the area. So I don't want to really surface and use the deck gun because that could be quite tricky. Oh, here we go. Explosion spotted on the horizon. A flash of light was seen following a bang. Or followed by a bang at 5102 north, 717 west. Oh dear. And wouldn't you know that is our location. It looks like she's sinking. Does she need any further persuasion? Time might be on our side here. Let's just see if that aircraft is in the area. Yeah, can't see it on the periscope. Okay, we're doing another speed check. Down to 4 knots now. Get tube 1. Don't have to go quite that fast. Fire.
Los!
Oh, tube 2, sorry. Right, second torpedo away, just to try and get an impact on the side. Hopefully that will sink it. If not, it may even start a fire, which in turn may sink it.
Wechseln auf Dieselmotor.
Okay, we were unsuccessful with that torpedo. It does slip behind, in fact. She must have changed her speed. So we've got armor-piercing shells, just trying to get some more damage in. It's going to try and compound some of the damage towards the rear. We know there's an aircraft in the area, so be aware that we may need to dive away quite quickly. And as much haste as we can muster. So a little bit bouncy. We're getting the shots on target, which is the main thing. We're going into the bridge area just to try and stop any radio transmissions.
Feuer an Deck.
There we go. Fire a few shells around the funnel and you often get a fire going. See a lot of hot stuff there. The bad thing is of course that is a huge smoke signal to any other ships in the area. We've only got armor piercing. We had no high explosives back at base. I'll just try and finish her off. Fires on the stern, which is good. We get a couple of holes at the front, so as she pushes herself forward, she drives water into her own hull. Right, I think she's gone. Life raft has just popped out. So I think that's, yeah, look at that fire now. She's not coming back from that.
Höhenbruch, Sie sinken.
There we go, and she takes us over our minimum tonnage, so she's over 4,000 tons, which is nice to see. And she, huge plumes of smoke, sinks below the surface. Right, let's stow the deck gun. Offer assistance to those survivors, and then we'll continue on our patrol. We are getting low on fuel, so we need to keep that in mind, but let's see what we can do some damage before we need to head home.
Auf Seerohrtiefe. 20 Meter.
Okay, welcome back everyone. Right, 2 aircraft came into our area before we had a chance to go and offer assistance to those survivors. So, unfortunately, they're on their own. Obviously, they can probably be spotted by the aircraft, so something will be sent out to pick them up anyway. But, yep, we're diving down. 1 aircraft dropped their depth charges.
80.
We are able to dodge them by diving and turning away, but there's another one up there with the depth charges, so we're going to sink all the way down, nice and deep, to make sure that we're safe. And we're going to move out of this area. Hi everyone. Right, we've got another one in our sights. We managed to sneak away out of that area. The Alkimos. Let's get her locked in. Yeah, I think it's another Empire Explorer, isn't it? Looks to be. Let's get that recognized. Speed. It's got 2 like white stripes, go faster stripes down the side, which is quite nice. So we'll just get her calculated on the speed, and then we'll get the range. She's coming towards us, so it's nice. We got a nice little intercept here. Again, we are quite low on fuel, so I might actually send 2 torpedoes just to make sure, as long as we get obviously get them on target. Confirm the kill rather than chance coming up with the deck gun again. 7 knots. Where have we seen that before? Okay. Let's get ready to fire. T2 and a T1. I'll flip that T2. Set it as magnetic again. We'll stick that down to 9.5 meters like last time. Tube 1 fire.
Los!
Tube 2. We'll have that on running high, just up under the surface. Impact. Fire.
Los!
So hopefully 1 magnetic, 1 impact. That will be enough to destroy their keel under the waterline, and then try and set some fires on above the waterline on the deck. Okay, and she's gone. Couple of life rafts of crew left. Oh, transmission interrupted. Oh dear, that's not a very good sign. Scan the horizon, see if there's anything. Oh, we've got smoke behind. Well, to the right of us. Could that be an enemy corvette or destroyer? Possibly could be. The way the smoke is going makes it suggest that that ship is travelling at speed, which again would make me think it's probably a warship rather than a merchant ship. So we'll sail away from that one because I'm not happy with that, and let's go and see with our remaining fuel load if we can get any more kills before we have to return to port. Okay, we found another ship. It's a large merchant ship, but it's flying the Spanish flag, who are neutral. So, It does have guns on it though, which is suspicious for a neutral ship. What do we go? We go and try and rumble it and it just fires at us? I don't know. We're going to go and inspect it anyway because it is a neutral ship, and that's what we do. We inspect these to make sure they're not smuggling any arms to our enemies. So yeah, let's go and intercept and see what's going on with this Spanish freighter. Okay, the freighter is unarmed. Seems not to be unarmed. I can see the guns on board. Empire Mermaid. Seems not to be escorted and flies a neutral flag. The prize rules allow us to sink such ships only if we're certain that they're headed towards an enemy port. If we lack such certainty, ideally we should investigate what's carrying and verify its destination before performing an inspection. By performing an inspection. However, if we would, have reasons to feel certain that the ship is headed to an enemy port, we may communicate right away that we intend to sink it. Right, let's send a delegation aboard. What do you need, officer? He says. Your crew climbs on the deck with some help from the cargo ship's crew. After that, you are welcomed by the ship's captain. He tries to communicate in Spanish, but doesn't speak German too well. Sadly, it turns out that quite problematic. But nevertheless, both parties managed to make somewhat basic conversation. So let's ask for the shipping documents. You ask the captain for the documents and state that the cargo is loaded in the ship and where it's headed. He was ready for that since he has these documents ready, prepared, hands them to you right away. He's looking a bit nervous when you carefully analyse the document's contents. You can't decipher much of these documents though, since they're written in Spanish. You only managed to spot some reference to the port of Lisbon. Okay. So it's probably where they are headed. If your interpretation is correct, this ship is not involved in the effort and blah 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 blah. Okay, we don't have a linguist sadly, so we'll accept that. Let's go and search the cargo hold. An officer from your group looked around the freighter, accompanied by a talkative sailor who speaks some German. He shared his view on the war and told about his uncle who married a woman from Hamburg. Regarding the search, nothing suspicious was found. The officer looked at some of the cargo but haven't found anything. Okay, let's have... Can we not... let's have a look at the... Nothing suspicious about carrying armor-piercing ammunition to Lisbon, which is Portugal. I'm not having any of this. Let's go meet with the captain. Right, we're in the officer's, captain's office. Let's go. We're going to order the evacuation. You tell the captain that your orders oblige you to sink the freighter and that they must evacuate it immediately. The captain is clearly angry about this outcome and angrily responds to you, don't have the right. This is a neutral vessel headed for a country that doesn't participate in the war. At some point he accepts that he cannot prevent this from happening and starts to wave his hand for his crew to proceed with the evacuation of the ship. Okay, I'm going to use the deck gun. The crew, as you see, have bailed out, so let's get some shots along the waterline, try and let the water in, get a flooding as quickly as possible. Bit like that one. Get some into the rear. Fairly confident this is an enemy smuggling ship. See, she's already sinking. Lovely. Get the water flooding in.
Höhlenbruch, Sie sinken.
She's sinking. Make sure she does go down. Totally. And we're going to go and pick up that crew to see if they are smugglers, then they could probably do with spending the rest of the war in a German prison. Right, she's gone. Fingers crossed that was the right decision, but I'm fairly confident. Right, we're going to take some of these boys on board. Take two more. There we go. We'll offer Lifeboat 1, offer them some supplies. There you go. We'll offer you some canned bread. Oops, hang on, let's try that again. We'll offer you some canned bread. And you'll be grateful. They are grateful, look at that. 1% reputation, nice. So, boat 2. Let's give them some supplies. Let's give them some preserved pork. We'll give them 2 of those. 2%, yeah, you're welcome. And finally, lifeboat 3. Let's give them some more supplies then. We can share them out on the boat. Nice, you're welcome. Right, let's leave these boys to hopefully get picked up, and we'll go on final patrol. We've got 41% fuel, so we're not totally out of it yet, but we're nearing the end. We need to start heading back soon. Okay, we've got the aircraft coming in. Okay, we've dodged that. Whew. Yeah, we're just sending some radio messages back, basically saying that we're returning to base because we're out of fuel. And this, as we were doing that, this aircraft came into view. Right, should we straighten up for the moment? I hope that's not another aircraft detected. Obviously, we're near the English coast as we're heading south.
Feindliche Flugzeuge auf 6 Uhr.
6 o'clock, I don't see him. See that one? Oh, he's high! Uh-oh, that looks like a Sunderland, doesn't it? Random firing. Alright, wait for him to come and do his attack run. Right, let's head hard port. Okay, here he comes. Got an engine. They're going to fall short. Oh, he's well away. Oh no, keep turning, we don't want to be heading towards the coast. Another aircraft detected. Oh, holy moly. Stuck in an attack one. Oh, but that Sunderland looks is going in. Oh, yes. One less Sunderland flying boat to cause pain and havoc with our fellow U-boat captains. But we've still got this aircraft. I'm not sure if that's the original one or it's another one being called in. Obviously, there's an airbase not so far from the coast here, so it's a good chance it could be a fresh one. But we're gonna steer away from coast, and then we're gonna try and dodge this, and then do an emergency dive and get out of here. We can't be circling and shooting down aircraft all night. Our luck will run out eventually.
Wechseln auf E-Motor.
Auf Seerohrtiefe.
So back in port, we've received confirmation MS Sorland was sunk. Obviously we knew that it was, they've confirmed it. Registered tonnage of 4,699 tons. Transporting utilities. Halifax to Liverpool. Registered in Norway. The SS Alkimos was sunk. Intel tells us the ship had a registered tonnage of 6,001 tons. Transporting medical supplies. Halifax to Liverpool. Registered in Norway once again. The Empire Mermaid sunk. Intel tells us that this ship had a gross registered tonnage of 7,804 tons and was transporting medical supplies from Halifax to Liverpool. It was registered in Great Britain, but the crew used a flag of Spain for deception. They didn't pull the wool over our eyes, did they? Fantastic. So, confirmation. Mission was complete. 3 ships sunk. 2 Norwegian, 1 British, and also the short Sunderland aircraft we shot down towards the end of that patrol. We were at sea for 22 days and 12 hours. We had to sink 4,000 tons. We managed to do that with 18,504 tons. Distance travelled 9,130 kilometres. So, objectives. To help the ally, we did that. We reached our patrol. We sunk the 4,000 tons and we travelled 2,000 kilometres within that side our patrol zone. So that is another success for the crew of U-552. And it's nice to get a couple of patrols ago we were charged with seeking out these smuggling ships, trying to deceive to get resources to our enemy ports, and to sink the Empire Mermaid, a C3 freighter for 7,804 tons of munitions that the enemy will no longer be able to use against us, which is a good feeling. We're going to leave it there. We'll get the ship refueled, reloaded. We'll get those crew members we picked up from the Empire Mermaid handed over to the authorities, and we'll be good to go again next time. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.